A Christian organization under the group of National Prayer Altar has demanded an investigation of the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, for bad performance in the 2023 general elections. The organization said INEC contradicted its regulations and frustrated the electoral process, especially on the deployment of logistics and materials. The Christian group also called on the Department of State Services, that is the DSS, to invite Yakubu for questioning and also to invite some high-profile individuals whose comments appeared to have fueled violence and killings in the communities under their jurisdiction. According to the Christian organization, such reprehensible hate speeches have not only indicted them of complicity in the genocides that have ravaged the communities, but also have the potential to further stir the religious and political intolerance that has made Nigeria one of the most terrorized nations in the world. You can remember the situation of MC Oluomo in Lagos, where he came out in the open to say that if you're not voting for APC, go home. I mean, Nigerians have the right to exercise their franchise, and why are you intimidating them? Why are you intimidating him? And as a result of that, he has been covered up because he is Tinubu's boy. He has been covered up, and even the police came out to say that he was joking. Imagine this thing came from a Labour Party supporter. Today, they would have been using that in the tribunal. All right. So things like in fact, the National Prayer Altar, jointly coordinated by Pastor Boshun Emmanuel and Prof. Kutin Trinya, is a daily trans-denominational prayer intercession of Christians from the six geopolitical zones of Nigeria. The NPA made its position known in a statement issued in Abuja on Sunday, where it said that Nigerians, in fact, from all the geopolitical zones and the diaspora, have suffered. Alright. It continued that it is imperative that INEC be interrogated about its handling of the 2023 general elections, and the chairman should be properly investigated unless this public officer is beyond the laws of the land. The appropriate human and civil rights organizations in the country should commence a process towards that interrogation as a precedent in future electoral engagement. While the world watches on as the current electoral cases go on at the tribunal, let it be known that this is the judiciary that is on trial this time, not so much the elections. For Nigerians across political and other divides know the truth. Well, in the weeks to come, Nigerians shall pronounce their verdict on the judiciary, whether guilty or not guilty. Certain politicians and their agents have lately been heard on the media making statements that verily amount to reprehensible hate speech. Their comments not only strongly indict them of this complicity in the genocides that have been going on in the communities, but also have the potential to further stir the religious and political intolerance that has made Nigeria one of the most terrorized nations in the world. The blatant infringement on public peace by such otherwise known as respectable high-profile persons is where the strident voice of Christian leaders should have been heard. The organization also raised concern over the manipulation of ethnic sentiments during the 2023 general election, saying none of the key factors were ethnic candidates. Alright, so the attempt to manipulate an impression that the Yoruba people entirely support Asiwaju Tinubu as their own is a mischievous political game. During the presidential election, the Yorubas, like most other Nigerians, demonstrated their exasperation with the corrupt governance of the APC and the PDP in the past 24 years. In the same vein, the attempt by some errant Igbos to give the impression that Mr. Peter Obi is an Igbo candidate is equally out of place. That candidate had the support of progressive Nigerians all over the world, in fact, the support of the progressive people everywhere in the world. The truth is going to be heard. INEC actually manipulated and marred the peaceful process of the election, which they once promised Nigerians before the election. I have a video on this channel where Festus Okoye came out to say that there was no going back and there would be no negotiation on the use of beavers and IRF in transmitting results. But yet, that is not entirely what happened. This is indicting because they have bypassed the electoral laws as such. They deserve to be in jail. So I join voices and say that Mahmoud Yakubu should be called for questioning and other Nigerians such as MC Oluomo. He should be called for questioning. Alright? So I am going to leave this platform. I don't know what you guys think about this. Do you support the idea that Mahmoud Yakubu should be called for questioning? Whatever your comment is, drop it in the comment section and I'll see you in the next post. Make sure to subscribe to stay updated.